Hi, I'm Jeremy with Text to Give, and today I want to talk to you about what it takes to be a great leader. Now, we've all read the books and we've been to the seminars, and you're probably thinking in your head, oh my goodness, this is another one of those things. And I get it because it's talked about so much, but at the end of the day, as a leader, this point, what I'm going to talk about today, is really probably one of the most crucial parts, which is communication. And the reason I say that is this. It doesn't matter how great your mission is or how grand your vision is. If people can't understand it and if they can't get behind it, then you're never going to accomplish it. And it starts with communication. Now, one of the things I really want to talk about in communication, and this just one part of it, is a piece of how people communicate on both sides. Now, I think there's something to be said about this in the regard of that sometimes when we speak, people are not always listening. And when people are talking to us, we're not listening back. And the reason why this happens is because we all communicate in different ways. We all have different styles of communication. And a great way to figure this out is a test called DISC. It's about, it's not communication styles, but it's behavior styles, and which leads to a lot when it comes to how you communicate. Now, here's a perfect example, myself. I'm an IDS, now, which is an influencer, dominant, and then I'm steady is what that means. Now, what that means for me is I am kind of an emotional person, meaning if someone that is more dominant, or D, who gets right to the point, or a C, who's really, they're really detail oriented, and they're just like, just give me the facts, and that's all I want to know. And so they're like, do this, and I'm like, oh my goodness, like, can't you say please, or you know what I'm saying? It doesn't always work with me, versus everybody can come in and said, hey, you know, this is why we're doing this and this is really important, and they appeal to my emotional side, I probably would have responded a lot better. Flip that around is if I'm communicating to them and I'm like, oh, this is gonna be great and it's great vision and blah, blah, blah. And they're like, just get to the point. I'm over this already. Talk to me, give me what I need to know, and I'll do it. It's no big deal. The reason I use this example is because that affects how I communicate and should communicate to them. One of the things I want to stop right now and say is this. So much of the time when we're communicating, we put the responsibility on the person listening to us to really get it, versus putting it back on ourselves and saying, I need to communicate to them the best I possibly can, because it's my message, it's what I'm saying that I'm trying to get them to understand. And so it's really important to when you do that, really look at how you're communicating, who you're communicating to, and make sure they're really understanding what you're saying. The next part of this, and this is really the biggest challenge, is this can be hard in a bigger group of people, but we all have offices, we all have people that we work with on a regular basis, even our spouses. Take the time, have them take the DISC test, and really evaluate exactly how they communicate, and make it a game of like, you know, hey, is this part of how you communicate? Is this frustration? One of the things I've seen on an ongoing basis is sometimes in the office, some of the biggest problems that happen on a regular basis, it's because of miscommunication based on communication styles. And so by taking the time to figure this out, you'll actually see more productivity. You'll see a happier group a lot of times. And it's an extremely important thing to understand and work through in your group, especially who you're leading. So I want to challenge you to take this away and really figure out who you are as a DISC person. You might prefer Myers-Briggs or some of these other ones, but take the time to figure out your communication style and then start figuring out the people around you so you can better communicate your message. And I promise you, it will make all the difference.